The burnt egg roll.
Wyclef Jean, probably the most famous Haitian artist.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Wyclef's a legend, a young legend within himself. Classic. What do I think about him? Man, I need to meet him. That's what I think about him. As far as his work, it's great work. You can't deny good music. You know what I'm saying? So for a young Haitian man growing up, knowing he was there, seeing what he did with his Haitian roots and how he influenced music through the Fugees and independently, even throughout the years, like he could come out with a hit right now that a hit for the summertime. He knows how to do that. You feel me? So it's honor to have witnessed it. As far as my music, I'm still trying to figure out how I can tap into the essence of something that makes a Wyclef. You understand? Not necessarily Wyclef, but there's something in the realm of music that once you learn how to do and you apply it to yours, it'll probably be a little easier, or it'll be probably better song structure, or it'll just have a sense of comfortability to the listener. You understand? It's masterpiece, and it's Wyclef. He knows what he's doing, you know.
I did have a chance to meet Wyclef.
Mm-hmm.
Like I shook his hand because I went to the speaking event that he was doing in South Central.
Yeah.
And he walked in the back door and he had on some shades on. I could tell he was probably high. He's just walking real cool and slow, you know. And I'm chilling in the back, and then he walked by me, and I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up?" And I put out my hand, and he shook my hand. I was wearing this Beavis and Butthead T-shirt, and he's like, "That's a dope shirt." And I was like, "Thanks, man." All I said was, "I like your music," and he's like, "Thanks," and he walked away.
Nah, that's smooth. What was he touching on in the speaking event?
You know, it was a Fiverr event, so it was like one of the entrepreneurial app Fiverr.
Yeah.
And he was speaking at the event, trying to, I guess, help promote that app.
Okay.
And he just basically talked about his life growing up in Haiti.
Yeah.
And he was saying, "Man, I was so poor, man, back then." He's like, "Me and my brother," he's like, "This is how poor we were."
Yeah.
And he's like, "A lot of people won't believe this, but we used to eat dirt."
Yeah.
That's what he said. Like, there's like this red clay dirt that is edible. And he's like, that's what we used to have to eat sometimes. But then he gets into like his music, like finding his love for music. And then just, I think when you're that poor, where you have to eat, you don't have like the food that everybody else can get. Like, that gives you a different kind of hunger and drive to make it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that you were talking about. Like, what's the thing that makes other artists stand out from other artists? I think it's that drive, to that hunger to want it more than anybody else.
I'm a new